doing good in the world and making a profit don't have to be mutually exclusive.
There's a huge amount of fossil fuel that's consumed in the transportation of products.
There are about 400 companies from all over the world, and it's all about the business of the environment.
Welcome to the Sustainable Region. Today we're coming to you from Vancouver's Business District as we take a look at the economic aspect of sustainability. Can you imagine what kind of world we would have if people like Donald Trump put as much energy into sustainability as they do into making money? Well, in our first story, that's exactly what SFU's Net Impact imagined as they created an apprentice-like competition based on corporate environmental and social responsibility. Students from SFU, UBC, and Washington's Bainbridge University vied to see who could create the best green business makeover for two local businesses.
Net Impact is an international organization. It's a network of students and professionals who basically believe that doing good in the world and making a profit don't have to be mutually exclusive.
Net Impact organized a unique business challenge. Which university team would apply the best green business makeover?
The CSR Challenge is a 2.5-week event. The teams with the best proposals that the companies actually want to implement actually get hired to implement those.
Two businesses were selected. Mills Basics Office Supply.
The potential of this being a success is huge from my perspective as a marketer.
And the other business was Salt Spring Island Coffee Company.
We've had so many problems with paper cups.
3 teams are competing for the Mills contract. They are Bainbridge Graduate Institute, Simon Fraser University, and University of British Columbia. Meanwhile, 2 different teams from Simon Fraser and UBC took on the Coffee Cup Challenge.
The Bainbridge Graduate Institute, they're very incredibly professional. When I met with them, they all came in with laptops.
Sustainable business, and we have lots of interest in bringing sustainability into the world of business. So
the SFU team, they're a very creative bunch. Together as a group, each their personalities seem to be very different.
Oh, we have some interesting ideas.
And the UBC team is very much focused on the marketing fluffy side of it, creating a great campaign.
We're just going over the take-home message in the presentation. Yeah.
They all sort of are feeding off each other, and they're like the Borg on Star Trek. They're like one collective mind, you know. It's a friendly competition.
Your team is going to be active out in the community talking to people who are buying the coffee.
I think that's going to need to be done because you can't really try to solve a problem if you don't know who you're working with.
How has your research been going?
Well, it's top secret, all of our research.
Oh, is it?
No secrets were given away when members of 2 teams met for a tour of Mills Basics.
Your project is regarding pens, so how about I take you down the pen aisle and you can sort of see what we've got.
We're kind of always looking for little ways, small ways to make a difference on the environmental side. We've done a number of things to try and, increase our offering of green products to our customers, but then the challenge has always been, well, how do we sell those products to them?
The green products are pretty much intermingled throughout this whole aisle. Here is the spotlighter, the one that you're going to market.
Like, do you have a set goal in mind of how many you want to sell to start off with?
It's really going to be something that we'll have to assess more after, we get into the marketing side of it.
Team UBC missed out, but the other 2 had a chance for one-on-one questions.
thanks for the time to meet with us. What are some of the green products that you have right now that you would say like our flagship products?
We have some paper. Paper is a big part of our business. It's one of our major key business lines.
Who are the other companies who are either competitors in general, or is there somebody else who is focusing on this market, as far as you know?
Well, as far as I know, a lot of the office products, major companies, are starting to look at green products and offering green products as part of their business strategy.
So do the majority of your customers actually place orders through the catalog as a result? Is that like a primary point of contact for customers?
Yes, the customers are very catalog focused.
Meanwhile, the 2 coffee teams did their research.
The question that was posed was how do you deal with minimizing waste in a coffee-to-go business. We're just about to open our new cafe on the corner of Main and 27th. Looking forward to it. This is our first cafe in Vancouver. It's our first cafe off island, in actual fact. So it's a big growth mark for Salt Spring Coffee.
We've always been interested in organic food, and so naturally when we started roasting coffee, it had to be organic coffee. So that's been something that's been part of our life and our business.
So I've been nominated by my team to be here today.
It's been a concern since day one when we first started our company, realizing we had to supply paper cups in our cafe. We could have said, okay, we're not going to have paper cups, but then to sustain as a coffee company in a cafe, we had to.
Would you be open to ideas that maybe were less economic based, but might be more based on a faster service or better service if you come in with a reusable mug? Is that something that you think might work?
That is a fabulous idea right there.
We're going to be concentrating mainly on how to get people to use the reusable mugs.
And at the same time, we're still going to be trying to find some more local manufacturers if possible.
Have you found some leads to these things you're working on?
Well, I guess as far as engaging customers, we actually have a few ideas. One of them is a take a mug, leave a mug concept.
Some other ideas we had is incentives to get people to actually use the mugs. So either giving them money back for using a mug or penalizing them for using a disposable coffee cup.
These two companies have taken steps to be sustainable, but which team will meet the challenge to push them further? And in the finest tradition of reality television, you'll have to wait until later on in the show to find out who's hired. After the break, a business that mixes old-fashioned service with modern technology to make grocery shopping sustainable.
Here in Greater Vancouver, we have Canada's best water. But did you know that it is also the softest? Because of our fresh, clean, mountain-fed reservoirs, our water doesn't carry much of the minerals like calcium and magnesium that other cities in Canada have. And that's a big advantage because it means we can use about half as much soap to get the same results. The directions on detergent packaging are written for water conditions across the entire country, for water that is, on average, much harder than ours. By using less detergent, not only are you saving money, but you're also being kind to our local waterways, because all those extra suds that don't clean your clothes end up in our rivers and oceans. So, the next time you're doing your laundry or washing the car, the dog, or your dishes, try the Use Less, Save More experiment and see how little soap you can use.
Enter the Sustainable Region's Home Sustainability Challenge. Tell us what you are doing to make your home more sustainable, and you will be entered into a draw to win this home sustainability kit. The kit includes low-flow shower heads, a thermostat timer, energy saver light bulbs, and much more. Call us now at 604-436-6794 or email us at sustainableregion@gvrd.bc.ca to enter. Hi and welcome back to the Sustainable Region. Many people are trying to reduce the use of their car, but errands like getting groceries are hard to avoid. Getting your groceries delivered is an option. Coming up next, we're going to visit with a company that is using the power of the internet to make your grocery shopping experience not just comfortable, but sustainable too.
Well, we started the company 8 years ago from a small little warehouse in East Vancouver, and the idea was to set up a business that integrated environmental, social, and economic values in the way that the business was designed. Customers order online, and the orders are downloaded into our database, and then we pick the orders from our store shelves, and we deliver them out to each neighborhood once a week on a set route, and people get their groceries delivered to their homes or their office.
I've been working for a staff like half a year. Today is downtown and South Vancouver and North Vancouver too.
The average grocery product travels about 2,500 kilometers from where it's grown or processed to where it is ultimately sold. So there's a huge amount of fossil fuel that's consumed, a huge amount of carbon dioxide that's emitted in the transportation of products long distances. So with our focus on buying locally wherever we can, we've been able to reduce that distance to less than 800 kilometers for the average products. Just imagine a grocery store parking lot filled with 100 cars, and then imagine that parking lot empty and one little delivery vehicle driving by with 100 orders on it. There's a huge difference in terms of the amount of fuel used and amount of traffic congestion. It's an incredibly difficult business model because we're packing the groceries for free, we're delivering them for free, and we're not charging any more than the store prices for the very same items. So it's all built on efficiency. We work constantly to try to see how many minutes we can shave off the average amount of time that it takes to pack a bin. We figure out how to make the delivery routes as efficient as possible so we can shave off 30 seconds on the average time that it takes to get to each house. The website is absolutely key to our success because it allows people to order 7 days a week, 24 hours a day. When we first launched the business, it was really at the early days of e-commerce, and we didn't even have a website for the first 3 months. We only took phone orders. And in fact, in June of 1998, we became the first grocery store to ever have an online presence, and we spent a lot of time and money, probably over $300,000 a year, making enhancements to that website every year. Consumers are becoming more and more aware of their product choices, and in our case, their food choices, and they are starting to buy more consciously. It is counteracting a trend on the other side to more and more big box retailers that buy from huge distances, and where that ethic isn't there, and the only ethic seems to be providing the lowest price. We think that that values difference has been one of the reasons why our customers have been willing to stick through it with us while we have developed better systems and developed better prices. Business has now become the most powerful societal group, and with that power and with that status comes a responsibility to do more than just make a profit. Really, we need to reinvent business because in the past, business saw its role as generating an income for its shareholders and expanding the economy. And now the new business is realizing that they must also be concerned about environmental and social issues as well, and that they must focus on a triple bottom line if they're really going to be truly sustainable. For one thing, it's what the customer of the future is going to demand.
Welcome back to the Sustainable Region and our look at sustainable business practices. Last March, delegates from over 70 countries came to Canada Place Convention Centre for Globe 2006. They came to explore the connections between smart business practices and sustainability. Suzanne Hepburn hit the trade show floor to look at some innovative displays.
At Globe 2006 at the Vancouver Trade and Convention Centre. An exciting part of this conference is the trade fair, where products and services are showcased. I've been reading up on a couple of Greater Vancouver companies, and I'm here to take a closer look. Hi, John.
Hi.
Can you tell me a little bit about Globe 2006?
Well, it's a conference and trade show, and we hold it every 2 years. So this is 2006. The first one was Globe 90 in 1990. And it's all about the business of the environment. There are about 400 companies from all over the world. We have 75 countries represented at Globe this year. And basically what they're showing are new technologies for sustainability.
I understand that this is made from recycled waste products. Is that correct?
That's correct, Suzanne. This product has 40% polypropylene, which is plastic, and 60% sawdust, actually. So it is completely recyclable. This particular thing is for door handles that you'd put inside a door, and the benefit of it actually has superior properties to both wood and plastic.
What about this?
So this is the resin compound that we produce. 40% polypropylene, 60% sawdust or rice husk. I mean, this is made out of sawdust, this is made out of rice husk. What plastic manufacturers do then is they take this, we sell them this, and they make what they normally would make. So if they were to make a steering wheel, they could injection mold our particular resin, heat it, melt it, and put it around the steel to make a steering wheel, if you will.
Can you tell me about the other products you have here?
We produce panel boards, and really the way the business started is in Asia. They've got significant problems with decay, termites, rotting, right, warping. So we produce something that actually acts as a good replacement to wood.
Tell me about the size of the company now.
We've got plants in Malaysia that's very close to being up and running. We've got a pellet plant in Delta, and we've got joint ventures in the Philippines, China, and India.
How does it feel to be involved with such a company?
To be involved with a company right now that has world-breaking technology, we're revolutionizing the whole manufacturing of plastic, and we're doing it in a way that's environmentally friendly and being able to save costs for our producers. It's a great story. I love it. I'm thrilled.
Well, thank you very much. This looks like a remarkable invention, Ted. Can you tell me a bit about it?
Yes, we call this one the Volksgarten. It's basically exercising. The plant's pumping auxins to the bottom part of the plant in order to grow faster than the top part to right itself against gravity. So I get as much as a 5 times growth rate increase out of a plant compared to one that would be sitting static beside it. If it were opened up, it would be about 14 feet wide and would need about 6 times the light that it uses right now in order to do the same thing.
So who do you see using the product?
I suspect that most of the product is probably not the most legitimate business use, but we are focused on the food industry, and really it's all about if we can farm downtown. How much does that change things is in a Kyoto-esque type of calculation. All right, 40% of global transportation is to get the food from the farm to the shelf at the supermarket. Just that one little piece of it. So why don't we just farm at the supermarkets?
Right. Is being at this convention a big step?
Yes, it certainly is. We've only done hydroponic shows before this, and this one, it's most of the people get the concept that I'm suggesting, that urban farming can make a huge impact, on our cities. This is my answer to peak oil. So once it's too expensive to drive, then I want the roads. And I've calculated I can feed 3 people per linear foot of road space done this way. So I could have every other road or every 3rd road or every 4th road and still make it all work.
Excellent. I look forward to seeing these on the road. Well, thank you so much, Ted. It's been really educational.
Well, thank you so much. It's my pleasure.
Solar-powered trash compacting. Now, this is a product I wanted to find out about, so I'm going to ask Bill a little more. Hi, Bill.
Hi, Suzanne.
Hi. So listen, can you tell me a little more about this product?
Yes, it's a solar-powered trash compactor, and it basically compacts about 6 to 10 times the amount of garbage into one can.
What is the market for a product like this?
Well, it's cities, governments, federal government, provincial governments, We've talked to Ports Canada. They said it would be perfect on marinas. Does it work? It does work. We tested it in Vancouver, and they assured us that it did work. They've put it in a site at Marina Side downtown, which was daily emptying, and we went 19 days before it had to be emptied. People like to use it because it's really a hands-on application for solar power that people can touch, feel, bang on.
What are some of the challenges in marketing a product like this?
It's very well made, and we have to justify the price. And so right now we're around $6,000 Canadian. We hope to be a little under. As we make more of the product, the price is going to drop.
Being here at this trade show, you're surrounded by other environmental businesses. How do you feel?
Oh, it's very, very interesting being in a show this large, especially when it's home in Vancouver. I enjoy walking the floor and seeing what's going on. I mean, we're all in the same industry, and we're all trying to save a little bit of the world. Hopefully we can.
Right. If you've wondered about something you'd like us to find an expert to answer, give us a call at 604-436-6794 or email us at thesustainableregion@gvrd.bc.ca. I'm Suzanne Hepburn. I'll see you next time.
Welcome back to the Sustainable Region. As you saw at the beginning of the show, the stakes are high for the Corporate Environmental and Social Responsibility Challenge. Our student teams are ready to present their ideas, and so far no one's been fired or has cried on camera yet, but hey, you never know. You're going to have to keep watching the show to see who's going to win the Green Business Challenge.
Well, I think the tension is building. They've all given like a 10-page full report to the judges.
Launch the Be Green pen, we decided that what would make the most sense for now would be to focus on the sales force and the customers.
Customer emotions, product sourcing, and sales motivation. They tackled the project from all angles.
May 1 launch. We've got the Mills reps distributing pens to clients, targeting existing clients, in addition to Be Green customers.
I wondered if the sales reps would be moved by the notion of being able to save the planet, save the ducks. Did you analyze the role of the sales force and whether it would take any additional incentives?
And since they and the drivers are often the first key contact with the customer, they will be going through perhaps some additional training as well.
Mills already has a very strong reputation in ethical businesses. Their involvement in the Downtown East Side and the social purchasing portal is very well known.
We're going to place fact sheets out there. We're going to place eye-catching, eye candy for green products.
It wasn't quite clear to me who's actually going to be at the client's location whipping up all of this green interest among their employees.
It's actually, we're empowering the office manager to place these things throughout the workplace.
We're trying to attract people based on the idea that if you acquire this pen, you're making a decision to be a better citizen.
Give the sales rep a 2 to 5% increase in commission or something along those lines. Take it out of the marketing budget. Sorry.
And did you talk to a cross-section of the sales force to generate these profiles?
A lot of this is artificial in the sense, but it gives us more direction to go on.
For me, it was the UBC team. It seemed to be strongest on implementation.
I think I would give the nod to the BGI proposal. And one of the things that impressed me about their proposal was how many different creative ways they found, including the stickies and the branding with the duck.
I guess I thought the duck was a little lame, actually.
They actually talked to our customers. So that was market depth, market research that the other teams didn't seem to have.
Then the coffee cup presentations began. How would they solve the disposable cup dilemma?
We've actually done some research into a Squamish industrial composting company who will compost these cups.
We think the people who are already bringing reusable cups are probably doing it for environmental reasons. Now we need to hit on the rest of them. So we proposed a green tax. And if you want a disposable cup, you're going to have to pay some money in order to use that disposable cup. What we're trying to shift is, I'm cheap, to I'm a smart person.
One idea that we had was to create a take a mug, leave a mug program.
Are you not concerned that you could have a whole variety, a smorgasbord of different kinds of mugs in different kinds of states of repair?
I mean, if you look at the values that are associated with
sustainable consumers, a lot of times these are the people that are driving 15-year-old cars. I see someone looking sharply over here. I'm not meaning to make fun of your car. I drive one like that too. The distinctiveness of each of the mugs is definitely a selling point of the program in itself.
Doing an online survey for 400 plus people, wow, that just blew me straight away.
They gave an excellent presentation. They just touched on all of the things that were important.
Out of the two proposals, there were 10 options that were feasible, and there was almost equal between the two groups. But the problem was that it was hard to find them within the UBC proposal.
And who were the winners? For Mills Basics office supply,
the winner is BGI.
And for Salt Spring Island Coffee Company,
and the winner is SFU.
Well, all the proposals were really strong, and I know we learned a lot from their presentations, and I thought there was a lot of great ideas from all three teams.
I really actually thought our project was the best project of the two. It was really challenging bringing everybody together to actually work on this project.
Nobody wants to hurt the environment. Business leaders are recognizing that incorporating environmental and social concerns into their operations is just good business.
We met a lot of really great people, and I think just the caliber of work that everyone really produced was class.
This team is a very young, talented, ambitious team, and they're all looking for jobs. So.
Well, that's it for this episode of The Sustainable Region. We would like to hear your comments on this show. You can call us at 604-436-6794 or email us at sustainableregion@gvrd.bc.ca. I'm Challange Kayla, and we'll see you next time.